If you ever wondered where human creativity first began, would you ever think of ancient cave paintings? Hidden deep in dark places, waiting to be found? Cave art has long been a source of fascination. But what lies behind these ancient masterpieces? Who discovered them? And what can these paintings reveal about the evolution of human creativity? Join us as we explore humanity's first artistic expressions and uncover the secrets behind these ancient masterpieces. These artworks are not just remnants of the past, they are helping us understand the cognitive and cultural development of our species. Let's begin by defining the difference between art as we know it and cave art. Art is a multifaceted expression of human creativity, encompassing various forms of imaginative and technical skill. It often conveys beauty, emotional depth, and conceptual ideas, showcasing the unique talents and perspectives of its creators. In archaeology, cave paintings are a special kind of art that people make on cave walls and ceilings. This type of art is called parietal art, and it includes engravings too. Most of the time, these paintings are really old and were made by our early Homo sapien ancestors. But in some cases, other ancient humans like Denisovans and Neanderthals have been found to have a role in these creations. Early artists used natural materials found in their surroundings to create these masterpieces. At that time, they used pigments like red and yellow ochre, hematite, manganese oxide, and charcoal to create their masterpieces. Sometimes, artists would even create the outline of an animal by scratching it into the rock first. Cave artists used various techniques like finger tracing, clay modeling, engravings, bas-relief sculpture, hand stencils, and two-color paintings to create their works. They would often use a technique called blow painting, where they'd blow mixtures and powders onto the walls through reed-like tubes or even just by using their mouth. And for portable objects, they'd carve them out of animal tusks using pieces of flint or rock. In the beginning, cave art was simple, with basic lines and handprints. As time passed, artists honed their skills, incorporating multiple colors, intricate engravings, and dynamic animal movements. This evolution showcases not just technical growth, but also a deeper insight into the subjects that were being depicted. Cave art features a range of motifs that provide valuable insights into the lives and beliefs of early humans. The most common themes in cave paintings include animals, human figures, and abstract symbols. In ancient cave art, you'll often spot animals like bison, horses, and deer, creatures that were likely significant in both hunting and spiritual practices. Now let's talk about some of the first famous cave paintings. The first one is Sulawesi, Indonesia. In 2014, a team of archaeologists from Griffith University discovered a cave in Sulawesi, Indonesia, with 44,000-year-old art. These paintings revolutionized our understanding of early human art. They show animals and handprints and make them a strong contender for the oldest cave paintings ever found. But there have been some big discoveries in recent years. In 2018, paintings of humans and animals were found in Borneo that are roughly the same age as the ones we've been talking about. And then in 2021, they found another painting in a different cave in Sulawesi, Indonesia, of a native warty pig. Some experts think that this might be the oldest known representational painting in the world for the time being. Moving on to the next one, which is Lascaux in France, you'll never guess what happened in 1940. A group of teenagers and their dog encountered one of the most incredible archaeological discoveries of all time. For a long time, the Lascaux caves were considered the ultimate treasure trove of European rock art. This incredible site was even called the Sistine Chapel of Prehistory by a French priest and amateur archaeologist named Abbé Henri Breuil. Lascaux remains the most famous rock art site in the world. Its fame is due to the vivid and detailed paintings of animals like horses, bison, mammoths, and deer that adorn its walls. Are you intrigued in discovering more about our primitive past? Subscribe and enjoy our weekly videos about our ancestors' fascinating life. The next one is Cueva de las Manos in Argentina. Cueva de las Manos, also known as Cave of the Hands, is a pretty significant site, but its initial discovery remains somewhat mysterious. It is said that a monk came across it in 1941, and then a researcher named Rex Gonzalez took a closer look in 1949. It wasn't until the late 1960s that archaeologists really started to dig deeper into the site. One of the key researchers who made a big impact was Carlos J. Gradin, whose work was even recognized by UNESCO. Famous for its striking handprint motifs, Cueva de las Manos showcases 830 handprints dating back around 9,000 years. Most of them belong to men, and there's even one with 6 fingers. Interestingly, only 31 of these handprints are from the right hand, leaving us wondering if our ancestors were predominantly left-handed. All of these handprints are negatives or stencils, created by placing the hand against the rock face and blowing paint through a bone tube. The handprints, predominantly in negative space, suggest social or ritualistic significance. The fourth one is Apollo 11 cave in Namibia. Back in the 1960s and early 70s, there was this German archaeologist named W.E. Wendt who was doing some digging in the area called Huacanas. He found a bunch of painted rocks in a cave and decided to name it Apollo 11. And just to clear things up, no, these stones didn't come from outer space. They called Apollo 11 stones because they were found around the time of the Apollo 11 launch in 1969. The Apollo 11 cave houses some of the oldest known art in Africa, with stone plaques painted with animals dating back approximately 25,000 years. These works highlight the rich artistic tradition of early African cultures. These paintings are on a set of granite slabs that are not attached to any solid rock. There are 7 small slabs in total, and they show 6 animals drawn in charcoal, ochre, and white pigment. Next on our list is Kakadu National Park in Australia. The first record of rock art in Kakadu National Park was made by explorer Ludwig Leichenhardt in 1845. However, it was not until the 1960s that rock art in Kakadu gained wider recognition through archaeological studies. People have been living in the area that's now Kakadu National Park in Australia's Arnhem Land for around 60,000 years. The rock art that's still around today is at most 25,000 years old. In fact, the last painting before the area became a national park was done in 1972 by an Aboriginal artist named Naom Bolmi. The styles and subjects have changed over the years, but one thing that's really unique is the X-ray style they often use. In this style, the paintings show both the outside features, like scales and faces, and the inside ones, like bones and organs, all on the same figure. The continuality and evolution of styles reflect a long-standing and vibrant cultural heritage. But preserving all of these ancient artworks poses significant challenges. Environmental factors like humidity and temperature fluctuations can cause deterioration. Human activities, including tourism and vandalism, further threaten their integrity. Consequently, many sites are closed to the public or have restricted access to prevent damage. Tracing the origins of art through cave paintings reveals that the impulse to create and communicate through imagery is a fundamental aspect of human nature. They suggest a deep connection with nature and spiritual beliefs, possibly serving ritualistic or educational purposes. These ancient artworks, spread across the globe and dating back tens of thousands of years, hint at a shared cognitive and cultural framework among early human societies. They remind us that long before written language, humans found a way to express their thoughts, beliefs, and experiences through art. But our ancestors have left behind more than just art. Check out our videos where we explain how ancient tools, garments, and settlements are reshaping our understanding of that past.